Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay. And is my background, there's words on it. Are they correct to you or are they flipped?
They're correct.
Okay, good. Okay, Lara. So we have Logan, Lara, Ben. Ben, are you going to make it to the end of the meeting this time?
I'll try.
How's everybody?
Good.
Good.
What's been happening?
I just really miss school.
You really miss school?
Yeah.
Does anybody else miss school?
Nope.
I like the quarantine personally.
How come?
Because I'm an introvert, and so it's kind of it's just quiet and calm and nice. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I miss being able to go out, but who is this? Okay. They better put on their video. It says Comrade Stalin. Who could that be?
Huh?
All right, Comrade Stalin. That is Gavin?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
All
right, Gavin, Cassidy. All right. Jelena.
Hi, Cassie.
Hey. Let's see if she's actually in here. Yeah, Jelena.
No.
Yeah, Jelena.
Jelena, you gonna let us see you today?
Nah.
But that's you, right?
Yep.
All right. We'll wait a couple more minutes, guys.
Okay.
How's everybody doing with their project for today where they have to make somebody's day?
Huh?
I did mine yesterday.
Oh, I saw yours when you delivered the rice to your grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And you did a good job writing it up and documenting it. Anybody have any questions about that? You have a assignment due today where you have to make somebody's day. So, I mean, you have to do something nice for somebody that will make them happy, and you have to document it, whether it's a video or photographs or whatever. You have to video or pictures. You have to document it, and then you also have to write a paragraph about what you did, why you chose that, and how it made the person feel and how it made you feel. So there's a reflection that goes along with it.
Okay.
Okay?
Is that on LMS?
Yeah, did you guys see it on LMS?
Yeah, I saw it on LMS.
No.
The only reason why I did it yesterday.
Savannah and Cassidy, did you see that on LMS?
What are we talking about?
The project that you have to do for today where you have to make somebody's day?
Yeah, I saw one.
Okay, so, yep, Lara, it's on there. I'm just making sure that I didn't mess up and not open it up for you guys, but yeah, just check it again. You'll see it.
Okay.
Hi, Alexis. Fine, ignore me. All right, I'm going to wait about one more minute. Hey, where's Parker? He's usually here for this.
I don't think Parker was here last time, but
He was here last time.
Last time? I thought he was late last time.
Oh, he might have been late. He was definitely here last time. And David Overholt, He was here last time. Did you guys get the reading done?
Yes, we
Yes.
did.
What do you think about it? Did you have trouble with it? Did you do okay? Top of Gavin's head?
I feel like I did fine.
Okay. All right, I'm letting Eddie in.
I don't really think you can do bad at reading technically. Like,
I think it's a challenging read. I think it could it might take like going over things a couple of times to understand what's going on, because the writing is just, you know, it's older, and the way he words it's English, the way he words things can be a little difficult sometimes, I think. Hi, Eddie.
Hello.
Kaylin. How are your Zoom meetings going in your other classes?
They're going good.
I'm good.
Are they teaching things, or is it just kind of everybody's
Yeah,
there?
it's kind of both.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh.
Is anybody tired of this?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
very much, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's like no end in sight. We have to keep bearing it. It's really something, isn't it?
how much extra credit should we get for the uppercase cursive?
For the cursive, I don't really know how to answer that, because I have to talk to Dr. Chris about putting in extra credit, because it's kind of complicated. So I'll have to let you know about that later.
Do I have to do the uppercase?
No, that's totally, and that's why I said we're done with cursive unless you want extra credit. If you want extra credit, you can do the uppercase letters and everything that goes along with it. But no, you don't have to. Your choice.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start. So when we left off last time, Sam and Eric they were watching the fire, which of course they are not very good at. And when they woke up, they saw what they think is the beast, the monster, which of course it was. And it was a dead paratrooper who had fallen onto their island through the night. So they run back, they tell everybody what they saw. Now they've decided they all need to go looking for it and to deal with the situation. So the boys take off up the mountain to go hunting for the beast. Ralph, in the very beginning of this chapter, Ralph talks about how dirty and like filthy dirty he feels, and it's really bothering him. What does he wish he could do?
Take a bath.
Take a bath with soap. He wishes he could cut his hair. He wishes he could brush his teeth. He's just feeling disgusting, and he's also feeling kind of hopeless, like they're never going to get rescued. But Simon talks to him and kind of cheers him up, and tries to cheer him up at least, and says, don't worry, you're going to be rescued. Everything's going to be okay. Simon is the one that says that to him. So off they all go looking for the beast, and while they're looking, they come across the tracks of a pig, or they don't really know for sure if it's I guess they know it's a pig. And so they start trying to find it. They start tracking this pig, and they find some droppings. That's what it is. And so they know from the droppings that it's a pig. And soon they realize that what they're tracking is a very large boar. Do you guys know what a boar is?
Wild
Yes.
pig.
It's a type.
Pig
Yeah.
with tusk.
Yeah.
It's a pig with tusks.
And they're really dangerous, and they're really aggressive and very dangerous. They can mess you up. So they're tracking this boar, and Ralph, who prior to this moment has not hunted, in fact he's said negative things to Jack about hunting, starts kind of getting caught up in the fervor of it. And when they get to the point where they see the boar, he even throws his spear at the boar, and it hits the boar, but it just sort of bounces off, so it doesn't do any damage. But he has this change where now he's like, oh, I get it. I get the allure of hunting. He really gets caught up in the thrill of it, and that's a big change for him. the boar gets away, boar escapes, but after that, all the boys start reenacting that whole thing where they were just hunting this boar. And they use one of the other boys, Robert, as the boar. And so they start, hold on, I gotta let somebody in. I think it's Josh Smith. They start reenacting the hunt. And when they do this, they get so carried away with it that they almost kill Robert, who is acting as the boar. They almost kill him. That's how crazed they get and excited they get when they're reenacting what happened with this hunt. And later on, after they're done the reenactment, Jack suggests that the next time they do a reenactment, who should they use as the boar?
Piggy.
Sam?
Really? Little one.
One of the little ones. One of the little ones
Yeah.
will be, they'll use and they all laugh about it. So keep that in mind for a minute because I'm going to come back to that. So Simon volunteers to leave the group now and go back to the beach to tell Piggy that they are still hunting for the monster and they're all going to be back late. Simon goes back to tell Piggy that. And it becomes dark out. Ralph at this point says, all right, guys, it's dark. We need to go back and stop hunting tonight. We'll pick it up again tomorrow when it's light. But Jack tells him, you coward, no, we're going to keep going. You don't have to if you're afraid of it, but we're going to keep going. And so that is, I mean, Ralph even says it's going to be really hard to find it at night, but Jack challenges him and says, we're going. If you don't want to, if you're afraid, you don't have to. And of course, Ralph does not want to look like a coward, so he goes along with it. At one point, Jack starts going up to the summit of the mountain looking for the beast alone. He comes back and he says that he's seen it because he did. He saw the dead paratrooper, but he, just like Sam and Eric, thinks that it is the beast. So then Ralph and Roger climb up and they see it also. Horrified, they all run back down the mountain and back to their camp to warn the group. All right, so let's go back. That's that chapter 7. So let's go back to the part where they're hunting the boar and the reenactment of hunting the boar. So what does that tell us? What does it mean that Ralph got caught up in the excitement of it? What does that tell us? Think big picture.
He's becoming more feral.
Yeah, remember, one of the author's points is that everybody has this side to them, and we learn how to keep it down, but it's in there. And so what has just happened to Ralph, it has been tapped into, and now it's expressing itself in Ralph, which is a great victory for Jack. Why do you think Jack loves that?
What?
Why do you think Jack loves that Ralph is getting all caught up in hunting now?
Because it makes him feel important.
It makes him feel
like he's
important.
stronger.
And it's like Ralph has been so high and mighty about not doing that, and he's like on the civilized side, and they've been opposing each other. And so when he sees Ralph kind of coming over to understanding his side, Jack feels like, I'm winning this. And he really is. I mean, you can see everything just tilting more and more toward the savage side. Jack is in the lead at this point for sure. So when they were talking about the next time, oh, here's Parker. Hi, Parker. When they were talking about how next time when they do a reenactment, they'll have one of the little ones play the boar and everybody laughs. I mean, do you think they would really go through with that? And they almost killed a regular sized boy. Do you think they would really have one of the little ones play the boar? Probably not. It's a little dangerous. But just the fact that they're not horrified that somebody even said it, that they're laughing about it, might mean something. That's a little problematic, I think. And then, okay, oh, the last thing I want to say about this chapter. So you know how when Jack said, no, we're going in the dark. You can chicken out and not go, but we're going. What would have been different if they had waited until the
I
morning?
think
Did she freeze?
Did I
It
freeze?
looks like it.
All right.
This is
Tell me
blank.
when I'm unfrozen. Am I frozen? Tell me when. Frozen? Frozen?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
No.
Yes.
All right. Now how is it? Normal?
Yep.
Your
Okay.
your thing is frozen, but we
Okay,
can
well, I'll
hear
keep
you.
talking. So how would it have been different if they had gone in the morning rather than at night? What would have been different?
Well, we can't really make
could
out
see.
Well,
that,
then they'd
and
be able
it
to
started
see.
cutting out.
Then they would be able to see that it was not a beast, a creepy monster from the ocean or whatever. They would have seen exactly what it was, and it would all have made sense, and it would have changed everything. So if they had listened to Ralph and done it that way, the trajectory that everything is going in would have been totally different. But they
Yeah.
listened to Jack, and Jack said, nope, we're going, and it just perpetuated this fear that they have. Then when we go into the next chapter, it's the next morning, and they're back on the beach, and Piggy cannot believe that they all think that they have seen a monster. And Jack blows the conch shell to call a meeting. He says, there is definitely a beast on this island, and Ralph's a coward, and you guys should vote him out of power. But the other boys don't do that. They won't vote him out. And Jack is really furious about that, and he storms off down the beach, and he says that he is leaving, and if anybody wants to come with him, they are welcome to join him.
Yeah.
And so Ralph, at this point, doesn't know what to do. But Piggy, how do you think Piggy feels about Jack leaving?
He's grateful.
Yeah.
He's really glad that
He's happy.
that Jack
Like,
is
great.
gone.
One loose weight off our backs.
Yeah, for sure. So Simon suggests that they go back up the mountain to keep looking for the beast, but the other boys are way too afraid to do this. And Piggy makes a suggestion that they build something on the beach. What does he say they should build?
Fire.
Make a new
Fire.
fire, a signal fire right there on the beach. So they do. They make a signal fire on the beach because they have Piggy's spectacles and they can do that. And then that night, during the night, several of the boys actually sneak away from the Ralph camp and they go to join the Jack camp.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day, they're all hunting. The Jack guys are all hunting. And in that, I don't know if you guys read that scene closely. That was hard for me to stomach. That was a very graphic, violent, disturbing scene where they do come across a mother pig who had a bunch of suckling babies, and
They killed one.
they kill
Tear it
her,
apart.
and they kill her
We got
brutally.
orphans.
It is very graphic the way it's described and everything.
It
That's
doesn't make
something
much
about
sense.
being real young. You
Um,
don't
But they killed a
understand.
mom.
Exactly. I was going to get to that with a question at the end. So keep that thought in mind that they killed a mom. That was very stupid of them. So they kill this sow, a female pig, and they cut off the sow's head. And what do they do with the head?
Put on a stick.
They put that head
They-
on a stick.
Fish kebab.
Why would they
And
do
cook
that?
it.
And
It's
then they
saying
cook
it.
territory.
To
Like it's saying it's their territory or whatever. Like it's meaning something
they've
like
claimed
I
that.
think that's part of it. Yep. What else?
The only reason why
Right.
I know that is because in Walking Dead, that's what happened, and that's what that means.
Oh, okay.
So that's the only reason why I know that.
okay.
to keep the monster away too.
Yes, they're really mostly doing it as an offering to the beast. Like
Pig
they're
crow.
thinking that it'll keep the beast from hurting them if they offer up this sow's head on a stick.
That's gross.
So they stick it into the ground, and there's this black blood coming out of, bleeding out of the face and going over the teeth, and it's really disgusting. The boys run away when they see that. So back at Jack's camp, they need fire, but they don't have Piggy spectacles to build a fire. So they have this pig that they'd like to cook, and they need fire anyway, but they don't have any way to make it. So what is their plan for being able to build a fire?
lift sticks and branches off the ground?
Nope. How are they going to light that? What is their plan? Anybody
The
know?
sunglasses.
Oh,
Yeah.
They
oh,
don't,
how
but
good. Piggy's
Iggy's
glasses.
glasses are back at Ralph's camp. They can't just go get
Oh.
them. So what do they decide? What's their big plan that they carry out?
Did you say steal it?
They steal fire. They
Oh, yeah,
run
that's
to
right.
they run to Ralph's camp, Ralph's fire later in the evening, and they take sticks and they light them up from his fire, and then off they go. So
Wow.
they steal the fire. And before he leaves, Jack says, "Hey, everybody, we killed a pig and we're going to be roasting it. Anybody that wants to come and have some meat can come with me." So is Jack being nice and giving, or what do you think his motive really
He's
is?
trying to get the other side
He's trying to
of the
gain
people
popularity.
to join him. That's pretty
Exactly.
much what it is.
You are exactly right. So, and the boys a lot of the boys are very tempted to go. Oh, and I forgot to say, meanwhile, back at Jack's camp, Jack is now completely naked. What does that represent? What does that mean?
He
Skinny
is
dipping.
torn
He's
off
lost it.
his
Represents
societal norms and is now just a beast himself.
You are right. You are exactly right. Any vestige of civilization that he had,
Did it
he
freeze
is
again?
Yeah, it froze.
that is symbolic of the fact that he is gone. He is completely savage now. So Simon, and remember who Simon is, he's the one who's kind of meditative and connected with nature and really different than the other boys. And he's the one that found that beautiful section in that glade in the forest where he sat by himself. Well, he goes by himself again to go there. And it just so happens that is the spot where
Oh,
all right, I'm back. So Simon goes off to the glade to be by himself and finds that is the spot where they stuck the
Oh
pig.
my
have
god.
no idea what
It's
to say.
lagging.
Yeah, the noise is lagging.
Okay, I'll give it a second.
All right, it's not lagging anymore.
Okay, so
Second.
Simon goes to the glade only to find that that's where they've stuck the pig head in the ground. So he comes face to face with this pig head on the stake. The flies are buzzing all around the dead pig's head, and Simon's just kind of mesmerized, and they're buzzing around him, and the blood is on the pig head, and he's just staring at it. And he doesn't call it, "You're the Lord of the Flies," but in the book, the author refers to it now as Lord of the Flies. And Simon, who is very thirsty, he's probably hungry, in his mind, he sees that pig head start talking to him. And it's saying some weird things. It's saying, like, "You will never escape me, for I lie within all human beings." Meaning that savagery lies within all human beings, which we've talked about a lot. That's one of the main messages of the book. He thinks that the pig head is telling him that evil is in all people. And the pig head promises to have some fun with Simon, which really comes across as eerie and freaks him out. Did I freeze again? Okay. And freaks him out. Simon basically loses consciousness, falls over and loses consciousness at that point. He's so freaked out by by this whatever
Weird.
delusion that he's having looking at this pig head. All right, so that's the action of the chapter. And then Jack, being really angry when he couldn't get the boys to vote Ralph out, and he takes off down the beach to go off by himself. He is so angry that when he is killing that female pig, remember how I talked about how brutal it was?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think it was that brutal? Why did he handle it the way he did? What could he have been doing, really? What could
Awesome
Probably
steam.
taking it out on something.
He's taking it out on how angry he was that the boys wouldn't follow him
Not
right
being
then when he left. So he takes it out on this defenseless female mother pig. And keep that in mind, because that is foreshadowing the way he handled that. And then by putting that head of the sow's head on the stake and offering it to the beast or the monster now is taking on sort of a religious primal importance in the boy's life. You know what I mean? Like they're offering up something to this. And that's what you do when you revere something or you're afraid of it. So
Because the real beast is probably the Lord of the Flies, but it's not really real. It's just something that they kind of started to make up without even noticing.
right. So the real beast is the savagery that lies within people and the fear that lies within people.
Also known, it basically conceptualizes that and turns it into its own person as the Lord of the Flies.
That is right. You're right. So the last thing I want to say about this section of reading is kind of what Alexis brought up before. Why was it so dumb that they killed that mother pig?
Lack of food.
Yeah.
How?
Could have been more
Explain.
pigs.
Yeah, she has a bunch of. What's going to happen to her little babies now?
They're gonna die because
starve.
there's no milk.
They're going to all die. So by killing a female, they have just cut their food source, for the near future. So that was just stupid of them. And that shows that they are living in this savage way where they want what they want right now, and they're doing what they want to do right now, and they're not thinking ahead, planning ahead like you do if you have intelligence and a scientific mind. They're just doing what feels right to them right then, right now. So no good is going to come of that, as you can certainly imagine. There's just no impulse control in those boys, especially in Jack. All right, any questions about that? Any comments about this section?
No.
Not really.
So next week it's lessons 9 and 10, and then the following week it's 11 and 12. Now next Friday, the school is closed. That was just a day on the calendar already that was a closed day, but we're still going to have our book discussion, just like we did a couple weeks ago when we were off that Thursday and Friday. So we'll have our discussion next Friday, and then the one after that will be our last book discussion, and then I'll give you your assignment for the project. Okay? All right. Any questions?
I have a question, but it wasn't about the book. It's
That's
about
fine. Go
that
ahead.
project. So I turned in the PowerPoint. Do you need these papers?
Do you need? No, that's okay. You're fine. Did I freeze again? All right.
You're lagging a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna end the meeting right now. Can you guys hear me saying that?
What?
I'm going to end the meeting. I'm gonna cut it.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.